Hello everyone, welcome to my physics class. Previous class we discussed about measurement of mass, measurement of length, physical quantity and their measurement along with measurement of measurement of length. Today I am going to discuss about the measurement of mass. Let us now consider two bags of rice. One is a big bag of rice, another one is a smaller bag of rice. The bigger bag of rice is heavier than the smaller bag of rice because the amount of rice in the bigger bag is more than the amount of rice in the smaller bag. It means that more the amount of rice, the heavier is bag, less the amount of rice, the lighter the bag is. It means that the amount of rice contained in the bag determines which bag is heavier and which bag is lighter. In this case, the amount of rice refers to the amount of matter. Thus we say that mass of an object is the measure of amount of matter contained in the object. Again, so mass is defined as the amount of matter contained in an object. In the two bags of rice, in the smaller and bigger bags of rice, rice is the amount of matter present or contained in the bigger and the smaller bag. Now, unit of mass. Large quantity of matter are measured in large units. They are called multiple units. Multiple units of mass are ton or quintal. And the smaller units of mass are called the submultiple units. And the submultiple units are milligram, gram. And the standard unit of mass is kilogram. Standard unit of mass is kilogram. Multiple units of mass are ton, quintal. Submultiple units of mass are milligram, gram, centigram, decigram, etc. Now, conversion of unit. 1 quintal is equal to 1000 kilogram. 1 metric ton is equal to 10 quintal. 10 quintal, which is equal to 1000 kilogram. 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligram. These are the different units of mass. Now we discuss about the device which is used for measuring mass. Mass is measured by using a device called beam balance, which is used to compare a known amount of matter to what we want to measure. In a beam balance, we compare a known amount of matter to an unknown amount of matter to which we want to measure. A beam balance or a physical balance is used to measure the mass of an object, or the device which is used to measure the mass of an object is beam balance or physical balance. A beam balance consists of but nowadays the shopkeepers use electronic beam balance. Suppose we went to market to purchase some kilogram of potatoes or vegetables. The greengrocer uses beam balance or physical balance to measure the desired amount of mass of fruits, amounts of vegetables. So now let us discuss about beam balance. A beam balance consists of a horizontal beam. This is the horizontal beam that has support at its center. It is supported at the center, this point. Two identical pans are suspended from either side of the beam balance. These are the two identical pans. This is one and this is another. These are the two identical pans which are suspended from either side of the beam balance. It has a pointer in the middle. This is the pointer, this one. At the middle, there is a pointer which becomes vertical when the pans on the both sides are balanced. When these two pans are balanced, it remains vertical. Now, how do you measure the mass of the object? The object whose mass is to be measured is placed on the one of these two pans. Let we say the amount of the object whose mass to be measured is placed on the right pan. Let us consider it is placed on the right pan, and we place the standard masses on the left pan. The total standard of the masses gives the mass of the object. Shopkeeper use now what are standard masses? You can how can we check the accuracy of beam balance as well as the standard masses by checking the following. First, the beam balance should be able to move freely about its central axis and should bear a stamp of the Department of Weights and Measures. These two pans of the beam balance should move freely, and there should be a stamp on the beam balance, stamp of the Department of Weights and Measures. The measure of the mass should be mentioned on the upper surface of the standard masses. The standard masses has two surfaces. One is upper surface. The standard mass on the upper surface of the standard masses, the measure of mass should be mentioned, and on the lower part of the standard mass, it should be filled with lead hole. The hole of the lower part of the standard mass should be filled with lead, and the upper surface of the standard mass, on the upper surface of the standard mass, the measure of the mass should be mentioned. Now convert the following: 13 kilogram into gram. We know that 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. So 13 kilogram is equal to 13 into 1000 gram. That is 13,000 gram. Number C, 1 gram is equal to 10,000 milligrams. So 38 gram is equal to 38 into 1000. That is 38,000 milligram. 1 kilogram is equal to 1 by 100 quintal. So 500 gram is equal to 500 by 100. That is, which is equal to 5 quintal. Now measurement of time. In our daily life, we perform many different activities. The duration of each activity differ. The duration of, suppose the duration of bathing differs from the duration of eating meal. Duration of sleeping differs from the duration of studying at home. So some other activities may require more time than the others. The time is defined as the duration of an event or as the interval between two events. Between the time is defined as the duration of an event or an interval between two events. Let us consider two events. One is playing games and playing games and sleeping. Suppose after playing games, we slept at home. We went for playing at 4 o'clock. This is first event, and reached at home. After playing, we reached at home at 5 o'clock, and after washing our body, we slept on the bed. So first event is the playing game, second event is the sleeping. So the time interval between the playing game and sleeping is 1 hour. That interval of time, that interval between two events is called the time. The interval between the playing games and sleeping. The interval between the playing games and sleeping is the time, or another way we say the duration of an event. Means we started playing game at 4 o'clock and we stopped playing games at 5 o'clock. Means the duration of playing game is 1 hour. That is also called time. In ancient time, there were no clocks. People used to measure or record time from changing length of their own shadow during the day. Then came this sundials, water clocks, sand clocks. In different parts of the world, different designs of these devices were developed. Sundial, water clock, sand clock, sundial at Jantar Mantar, New Delhi. When you usually ask the question, what time is it? We are asking the time in hour, minutes and seconds. To know about the duration of event happening around us, we need to measure its start time and end time. Remember this very important point. To know about the duration of event happening around us, we need to measure its starting point and starting time and ending time. We can know that the start time and end time of an event using watches, clocks and digital watch. A stopwatch can also be used to measure directly the duration of event. By using clock, watches and digital watch, we can measure the start time and end time of an event. Now units of time. Second is the smaller unit for measurement of time. The larger units are minute, hour, day, week, month, year. These larger weeks are called the multiple units of time. When time interval is very small, smaller unit of time such as millisecond, microsecond, etc. These are called the sub-multiple units of time. The standard unit of time is second. Remember, standard unit of time is second. Multiple units of time are minute, hour, day, week, month, year. And sub-multiple units of time are millisecond, microsecond, nanosecond, and etc. Now conversion of unit of time. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. 1 day is equal to 24 hours. 1 week is equal to 7 days. 1 year is equal to 365 days. 1 millisecond is equal to 1 by 100,000 second. 1 microsecond is equal to 1 by 1 microsecond is equal to 1 by 10 lakh second. Devices for measuring time. Time can be measured in hours, minutes, seconds using clock and stopwatch. The device used to measure time is clocks and watch, and unit to measure time is hour, minute, second. The sub-multiple units of time, that is millisecond, microsecond, is measured with the help of stopwatch. Stopwatch is a special type of device which is used to measure this which is used to measure the smaller time. such as millisecond, microsecond. Stopwatches do not measure the time of the day. Instead, these help measure how long it took to perform a certain activity. If you leave your home to go to school, press the start button on the stopwatch. This is the start button. When you leave your home to go to school, you press the start button on the stopwatch, and as soon as you reach the school, press the stop button again. The time it takes you to go to the school is displayed on the stopwatch. Look at this. It is the start button, ring, stop button, reset button. This is the second hand. This is the minute hand, and this is a 1/10 hand. The stopwatch has the following parts. One is the start button. It is pressed to start the stopwatch and measure the time duration to complete an event. When an event starts, the start button of the stopwatch is pressed and measure the time duration to complete the event. Stop button. It is pressed to stop the stopwatch and to display the elapsed time. The stop button is used to stop the stopwatch and to display the duration of time. To display the time at which the event stops. Reset button. It is used to return the stopwatch's hands to zero. Minute hand. It indicates minute on a digital graduated from 0 to 30 minutes. Second hand. It indicates seconds on a dial graduated from 0 to 60 seconds. 1/10 seconds indicates 10 equal division of a second on the dial. Reading of a 24-hour clock. A clock usually has two hands. One is one short and one long hand. The longer arm is called the minute hand. This is the longer arm. This is called minute hand, and the shorter one is the hour hand. This is the shorter arm. This is the hour hand. In some clocks there is one more thin arm, and that thin arm is known as second hand. The second hand completes one round in 60 seconds. The second hand takes 60 minutes to complete one round, or that is 1 minute. Similarly, the minute hand takes 60 minutes to complete one round, that is 1 hour. 1 hour hand completes one round in 12 hours. The hour hand completes one round in 12 hours, that is in 1 day. The hour hand completes 2 rounds. As a day has 20, we know that a day has 24 hours, so the hour hand completes 2 rounds in a day, and the hour hand shows the same time twice in a day. For example, 6 o'clock in a day and at night. Suppose in a day, for example, 6 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening, the same time, 6 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening. In order to avoid this confusion, the time from 12 o'clock midnight to 12 o'clock noon is expressed as AM. Remember, very important point. The time from 12 o'clock midnight to 12 o'clock noon is expressed as AM, anti-meridian, and the time between 12 o'clock noon to 12 o'clock midnight is expressed in PM, that is post-meridian. Hence, 6 AM represents 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 PM represents 6 o'clock in the evening. 3 AM means 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 PM means 3 o'clock in the evening or afternoon. The time for for interval and departure of trains and aeroplanes is expressed using 24-hour clock. It is based on the fact that a day has 24 hours. One day consists of 24 hours. So based upon that, in railway stations and airports, 24-hour clocks are used for the measurement of time. 24-hour clock, which starts from midnight, ends at midnight. 24-hour clock starts from midnight and ends at midnight. In 24-hour clock, midnight is taken to be 000 hour and noon is taken to be 12:00 hour, and there is no need to mention the time in AM or PM. In 24-hour clock, there is no need to mention the time in AM or PM. It is AM or PM is used in 12-hour clock system to measure the time only. Conversion of 12-hour clock time to 24-hour clock. 12 o'clock means 12 hour. 12 o'clock noon is expressed as 12:00 hour. 12 o'clock midnight is expressed as 00:00 hour. Time in AM is expressed in hours using the same digit. For example, 4 AM is expressed as 04:00 hour. 9:30 AM is expressed as 09:30 hour. 10 AM is expressed as 10:00 hour. 12 is added to the time between 1 PM to 11:59 PM to obtain the time for 24-hour clock time. For example, 2 PM will be 2 plus 12, 14 hour. 5:30 PM will be 12 plus 5:30, 17:30 hour. 11 PM will be 12 plus 11, that is 23 hour. Convert the following: 5 hours 25 minutes into minute. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So 5 hours and 25 minutes. 5 hour means 5 into 60 minutes plus 25 minutes. That is 325 minutes. 1 hour 20 minutes into hour. 1 minute is equal to 1 by 60 hour. So 1 hour and 120 minutes. 1 plus 120 by 60. 120 by 60 is 2. So 2 plus 1, 3 hours. 1 second is equal to 1 by 60 minutes. So 180 second is equal to 180 by 60. That is 3 minutes. Thank you. This is all about the measurement of time and measurement of mass. Thank you very much.